Namo Tassa Bhagavato Arahato Samma Sambuddhassa Buddhang Dhammang Sanghang Namassami. Good evening and welcome to all the people here and also all the people who are joining online to another Sunday Discourse program. As some of you may be aware that we have been conducting these programs every Sunday without a break. So it's an opportunity for people to learn about meditation, learn about how to make our mind peaceful, how to make our mind wiser, happier. So as just now, yes, you were meditating on the in-breath and out-breath, you have experienced that the mind sometimes stays with the breath, then it goes away, and then you bring it back again. It stays for some time, it goes away again. So the nature of the mind is to wander. Wander from one place to the other. And the reason it wanders is it looks for satisfaction. It looks for a satisfactory feeling. It finds somewhere in something for some time, and then that feeling goes away, and then it goes to somewhere else looking for satisfaction. And it has always been like this. But the thing is, when we do our things, day-to-day things, we don't really reflect on this nature of our mind, feeling unsatisfactory. So we keep ourselves busy with a lot of things. And we allow our mind to wander into a lot of thoughts and feelings. But the problem is not a single thought or feeling that we keep our mind busy with throughout the day aren't good enough. If it was really good enough, then you could have said that, okay, this is the real good feeling or real satisfactory thing. Then mind could stay there. Mind wouldn't have to move around. But then that doesn't happen. Mind goes somewhere, anything, whether it is a pleasant object or an unpleasant object, it goes somewhere, stays for some time, then jumps onto another thing. So the whole practice of spiritual life is to first of all understand this very fundamental nature of our mind. How it is. Because the whole unhappiness comes from the mind itself. doesn't come from outside. When you say, I am unhappy, or I am sad, or I am depressed, or I don't feel good about this or that, where do you feel not good exactly? Where exactly do you not feel good? Have you ever asked yourself? In the mind itself. That's the place where you don't feel good. That's the first question we should ask. Second question we can ask is, why do we not feel good? If I don't feel good about something, why? Because of certain mental feelings that you don't like. You want something to happen, it doesn't happen. You want something to happen in a certain way, it happens in another way. You get a job and you're happy about it. I wanted this job. You are very enthusiastic about it. And then after some time, after some months, you are bored of this job or this organization or the people around you, or you're not happy about this. But initially, you were very excited. So the question you should ask yourself is, why this? Why this? Because we don't really ask ourselves the right questions. We ask a lot of questions. Asking questions are good. But then we should also ask ourselves the right kind of questions. If the mind is not happy about something, then what can be done? When you are trying to observe the breath, you watch a breath, a second breath, third breath, fourth breath, maybe fifth, and then it goes away somewhere else. And then you bring it back, then it stays with the breath for some time, it goes away again. So the thing is, whatever the breath is, mind cannot stay with it. So with all feelings, good or bad, their nature is to go away. The nature, keep your phone in the silent mode, please. The nature of the thoughts and feelings is just to go away. We have good feelings and bad feelings. So today is a holiday, you have gone out, you've gone to some places, you feel good about it. And then when you go back home, you say, okay, it's over. It's over. So the feelings associated with your going here, going there has come to an end. Simple. That's not something you can change. That's not something anybody can change. The feelings are supposed to come to an end, right? Whatever the feelings are, good or bad, they're supposed to come to an end. That's exactly how they are. But do we really know that's how they are? Do you really know that they're supposed to come to an end? There is no big deal about these feelings. Whether I feel good about it or feel bad about it, there's nothing, no big deal. That's what we call the wisdom, the right understanding. That feelings come and then the feelings go. Good feelings come, they go away. Bad feelings come, they also go away. But then mind doesn't know. Mind doesn't know the nature of the feelings. So whatever good feeling comes, it says, oh, this is good, it has to stay. It must stay with me. Then it goes away after some time. Then it becomes unsatisfied. Another feeling comes, then if it is good, it says it should stay with me. Another feeling comes, if it is not good, it says, why has it come? It should not stay with me. But when you say it stays, it should stay with me, or it should not stay with me, both ways we get stuck. Both ways. When you said should not stay with me, then also you are struggling. Why has it come? It should not come. It should not stay. It should go away. So your mind is still stuck there with that unpleasant feeling or with any other pleasant feeling. That's why it feels unsatisfied. It's not that feelings are good or bad. That's why we feel satisfied or unsatisfied. It's that mind gets stuck there with those feelings. Say you have a nice chair or a sofa at your house. And then somebody has forgetfully kept some sharp objects, a knife or something, or a needle or a knife or anything sharp that can cause some injury on the sofa or on the chair. But if you are careful enough to see, okay, this is a sharp object here. If I sit, I will injure myself. You remove it and then you sit there. Then you have no chance of getting hurt. But then you just go and sit there straight away. Then you will get hurt for sure. So our thing is, we are not being careful about those feelings. We don't really take care to look into them. We go and jump onto them. Pleasant feeling, we jump onto them. Unpleasant feeling, we jump onto them. With all feelings, we just do like this. And then we say, okay, I have no peace of mind. So that's the next question. Why these feelings, how these feelings are? That you should ask yourself. Other people asking is useless. So asking ourselves right questions. Sometimes we need to ask ourselves the right questions. And if we don't know the answer, we must ask ourselves again and again till we are aware of it. There are so many things that comes to our mind every day. And then we also are not so skilled in a way, skillful with regard to training our mind. We are skillful in many ways. People are skillful. They can be skillful in so many mechanical or scientific or many medical or this or that or so many other things, technical things. They can be skillful. They are. Many of them are. But they aren't really skillful when it comes to their own mind. Who's supposed to take care of your mind? Other people? Your friends and relatives? Your neighbors? People living 5,000 miles away from you? Nobody has any obligation to take care of your mind. Nobody. Only you. Because it's your mind. You better manage it. Who else is going to manage it? So that's why the training. So when you say spiritual life, it's about the right kind of training. Training of the mind. We can keep our mind with anything. Anything. But anything is not good. Anything is not good. Things that gives rise to too much of liking or too much of disliking aren't good. Because then a mind becomes more unwise, more foolish. So we can use some objects. For example, we can use the right kind of thoughts. Thought of goodwill. Thought of goodwill for oneself. We must have goodwill for ourselves, first of all. May I be happy and peaceful. May I not have problems or suffering. And similarly, having the thought of goodwill for other people as well, starting with your close relatives, your parents or your closest relatives or friends, and then to all people. So if you keep this thought of goodwill towards yourself and towards other people, wherever you go, your mind has a little bit of balance. It's busy, but it's busy in the right way. It is not busy with too much of going to the pleasant or to the unpleasant, to the likings or to the dislikings. It's busy with a positive frame of mind, positive idea, positive thoughts, thoughts of goodwill, or thoughts of compassion for other people, thoughts of kindness and compassion for other people. Thoughts of goodwill, thoughts of kindness and compassion. So if you keep your mind with these things, then it's busy, but it's busy in the right way. It's not busy in the wrong way. Or you can, thoughts of appreciative happiness, appreciation for all other people. If they have any special quality, anything that they are good at, or they achieve something, instead of being jealous or sad or feeling horrible about it, about other people's success or other people's good qualities, you can feel good about it. Okay, yes, I appreciate that so-and-so has this good quality. Then you appreciate something good, right? We can crib about it, we can complain about it, but that's not going to change anything. If somebody has any good quality, then let's appreciate. If somebody has done something good by hard work, appreciate. What's the big deal? Why do we complain? Okay, so-and-so has done good in their lives. That's good. That's wonderful. So having a mind of appreciative joy. That's also a right way to keep our mind busy instead of feeling negative about people all day long, or feeling jealous or feeling unhappy that other people are getting something. If we keep this feeling of appreciative joy, then our mind is not disturbed. It's peaceful. And similarly, you can keep your mind with the thoughts of letting go. Whatever good or bad you experience throughout the day, not to be too much involved or too much busy, or not to grasp at it too much, too badly. Good things come, you take it, you put it down. Bad things come, you take it, you put it down. Otherwise, you wake up, somebody says, good morning. You are so excited and happy. And then somebody says you are a horrible person. Then you are so unhappy and sad. It doesn't work like this. It's not really good for you. So you don't have to take these things too seriously or too personally, the praise and the blame, or the good and the bad things. Just take them as they come and put them down. If you cannot afford to take things in this world personally, the gain or the loss, the happiness or the suffering, the honor or the dishonor, the praise or the blame, they're just things of the world. Now we live surrounded by air. We breathe in and breathe out. Our life depends on air, especially oxygen. So all our body, inside also air is there, outside also air is there. Now, if you start thinking too seriously about it, whole day long, how much oxygen is going in, how much carbon dioxide is going out, how many long breath, how many short breath, is there around me, inside my body, the air pressure is correct or not, outside the body, air pressure is correct or not. It's just the things. Then you cannot even breathe properly, you are tensed. You're tensed and unhappy. Let things be. Sometimes the air is good, sometimes it's not. Let things be. That's the nature, no? Sometimes you go see there's a index, air quality index, they say. And that index, if you follow it, it will say someday it is 50, good, someday it's 100, okay, someday it's 200, not okay. But then whole day long, if you look at it and get stressed about it, then who's going to suffer? Air quality is just air quality. As long as you can breathe and manage, it's okay. You don't have to take things personally. Similarly, our gain, loss, praise, blame, honor, dishonor, happiness, suffering, they're just things of the world. You don't have to take them so personally. What happens when people take them personally? They get sad and depressed with the smallest of things. And sometimes they even end up killing themselves, committing suicides for smallest of things. You've seen a lot of people, even the small problem in their lives, and then they commit suicide. Because there is no right understanding, no letting go. So this fourth type of thought that you should cultivate is to let go the good and the bad, not being involved with anything too much, too personal, nothing. So if you keep your mind with these things, whether it's goodwill or loving kindness or kindness and compassion or appreciative joy or with the thoughts of letting go, then your mind has a lot of positive power. And then not just the positive power. At the beginning, it's a positive power. But if you develop it, if you cultivate these right type of thoughts, then it also gives rise to deeper understanding of our mind. Right kind of understanding, the right view, right understanding, the nature of change that we are already having all the time within, outside. This body is changing. The mind is also changing. The body is changing, that's why we grow up, no? If the body did not change, then we will all be small babies, never grow up. Nobody would grow up, nobody would grow old, nobody would die. Simple. But does it happen like this? Have you ever seen? People grow up. And then they grow older and older. And then they die. People say aging. But the aging starts, people have wrong ideas, all kinds of wrong views about themselves. They say aging starts at the age of 50 or 60 or 70. You are just being stupid here. Aging starts the very first day you were born. You came out of your mother's womb. That day the aging started. That's why you're growing. That's the time when the aging started. You are 1 day old, 2 day old, 1 year old, 2 years old, 10 years old, 20 years old. That's where have you contemplated? Aging means what? Our lifespan is getting reduced. So now when you celebrate your 20th birthday, 30th birthday, be careful. Remind yourself, 30 years of my life is less now. I am closer to death by 30 years. When I was born, I had 30 extra years. Now these 30 years are gone. I am closer to death. $20, $30, $40, $50. Every day you are closer to death. But then people celebrate happy birthdays. What is there to celebrate happy birthdays? Every time you celebrate a happy birthday, every time you go closer to death. Have you contemplated like this? Oh, I am closer to death. And the next year I am farther closer to death. And the next year again, I'm more closer to death. I'm just going towards death only. That's all. There are no happy birthdays here, but people celebrate happy birthday. All happy birthdays take you closer to death. Then you should be very excited. No, this is happy birthday, and the next year is happier birthday, and then is farther happier birthday because I'm going closer to death. But people, they're happy about it? They aren't. Then after some years, suddenly they say, oh, I am so old, I can't move around, I cannot eat, I cannot digest. It is so difficult to be like this. But where did it start? This decay of the body, where did it start? It started at the very moment we came out of our mother's womb. That very moment it all started. It didn't start suddenly one day overnight after 30, 40, 50 years. It started right there. So when next time somebody dies, no need to feel too sad about it. Absolutely no need to feel sad about it, because the very fact that somebody was born, that very day itself, it was fixed that this fellow will die. Having been born, it is not possible not to die. It is normal that people will die. So if you really want to feel sad, don't feel sad when the person dies. Feel sad when someone is born. Do you feel sad when someone is born? People are so excited. Somebody is born in the family, people are so excited. But do you contemplate, if this fellow is born, surely he will die someday. It's for sure. So that's the right understanding. You don't have to feel sad or depressed about these things. It's normal. Just like you breathe in and breathe out, living is like this, dying is like this. There's nothing unusual about these things. But then people don't have wisdom, so they feel sad and depressed. So try to ask yourself the right kind of questions. Am I happy or not? Do I feel satisfied or do I feel unsatisfied from one thing to the other? If I feel unsatisfied, why do I feel unsatisfied? Is it because the feelings are not good, or is it my mind gets stuck to these feelings? Ask yourself. If my mind gets stuck again to these feelings, then can I do something about it? Can I let them go, or is it possible, or is it not? Can I do better than this, or my life will remain just like this, miserable? Ask yourself. So asking ourselves the right kind of questions is sometimes very useful. Asking ourselves the right kind of questions every day is useful, because other people will not ask you these things. Your mind is satisfied or not? Your mind is light or heavy? Feeling good or not good? Can something be done about it or not? Other people wouldn't ask, because they also have their own suffering. Simple. They're already burdened. Why do you expect other people to ask? Ask yourself. Take the responsibility. Then you will gradually become wiser. You will know how things really are, what you can do to be happy and not be sad at all, not be unhappy at all. So this much we offer today for your contemplation and practice. And we will conclude here. If anyone has any questions, you may ask. Or no questions, then we'll conclude with the chanting of loving kindness that we were just talking about. Thoughts of goodwill to all living beings. Sukhi bhaveyang niddukho ahang nichang ahang viya hitacha me sukhi huntu majjata chaverino imani gamma ketam hi sattahuntu sukhi sada tato parancharajyesu Chakavale sujantano sadhu sadhu sadhu. So we'll meet again on next Sunday, same time, 6 o'clock.